Hey guys, I'm going to show you how I used a boat winch and some rope to pull 250 foot of PVC pipe. This should work for steel pipe as well. You can see in the background my well house and the pipe coming out where I had to cut a hole through the roof. Let's take a look inside. I'll show you how I rigged this up. This is my well pipe here going into the ground, and over here is the new pump. It's a Grundfos SQF solar pump, and you can see the line here going up through the roof and into the scaffolding overhead. But what I'm going to show you right here is how to attach the rope to the pipe so it doesn't slip. Okay, what I got here is just a piece of inner tube tire. It's just a soft rubber, and I'm using that to get traction on the PVC pipe. First I wipe that with a blue fiber cloth, and that seems to take any slip off the slimy parts, make sure it's clean and dry. I wrap it in the direction that my knot is going to go with the rubber. You'll figure that out if you get into it. And I just tape it with a piece of duct tape to keep it from sliding down. That's all that's for, is just to hold that rubber from slipping down off the pipe. So at this point I'm going to remove this rubber so you can see how I tie the knot that goes over it. The rubber gives it grip. The rope is really what cinches and supports the weight. So I'm taking this back off, and then I'm going to show you the knot. So over that piece of rubber I applied a simple looped rope. You can see it's just got a loop on this end, and then on this end it's got a knot. The knot is the end that's going to stay free and travel through the loop. So I'm going around the pipe here over the rubber that I took off, and I'm wrapping this around the pipe in the center, and you can let this slide up like this. But you got to keep this knot going through this loop, and then keep it tracking in the center like this. Once you get all the way around that a few times, now you can cinch it up and bring it together. Make sure that these pieces are all nicely braided together in a straight line like you see here. And now you can see I've got my loop on this end. I'm ready to tie off to the grapple hook overhead and pull it with the boat winch. But what I want to show you is, before I do that, I'm going to use this rope to cinch it off, and I'm going to switch to a different view to show you what I did. But this is just a holder so that you can transfer the weight between the upper winch tie off and the lower, because at times you're going to have to switch the rope position every time you let the slack out of the winch. So I'm pulling up here, I'm going to tie it off, and I'm just using a trucker's hitch through this loop here. Like so, and then I can pull it up tight, and you can see here it's taking the weight, and then I just give it a half hitch back here. Okay, so I got to put the phone down. You can see I had to erect scaffolding in order to get the pipe out of the well house. And here's the hole in the roof. And here's my boat winch. So up here you can see the boat winch is tied off on a crossbar here. Here's my pipe. This is just a safety line here to keep the pipe from flipping around too much, and it goes up through the trees and off across the property out there. So down here though, you can see I've got the same knot that I had that I showed you below, but it's on top of the rubber here, and then it's connected to the boat winch with this snap hook. And then when I come up here and give it a winch, you can see it's lifting it right out of the hole. I'll also mention that the knot that you see back there that I showed you before, tied on the rubber here, I pulled 250 foot of this PVC pipe. It didn't slip once, so very happy with the traction it had put on the pipe. I think I was lifting about 400 pounds because the water line was full of water. There's was a check valve in the pump that was down in the well, and so it took a lot of force and held tight. So I think you should be good with that type of solution.